listeners. I wrote a very short story. You all know that I'm religious, and sometimes stories will just pop in my head or poems, and I'll write them. So I wanted to share it with you tonight. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Are you guys ready? Lay down, close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths. Keeping those eyes closed, sit back and relax. We will go into sounds, ASMR sounds afterwards, and it's going to be different animal sounds. So let's check and let's get started. I walk outside after work, looking around my yard. There were things I love about my yard, especially our maple tree and redwood tree behind the garage. But there was things I wish was different. Bushes we didn't want cut down, the tree pile in the back, and the old broken dog house that's been there since we moved in we have no use for. We need to get rid of it, but we also think maybe animals seek shelter in there, so we leave it. I love how the birds are drawn to our hedges, and the blue jay family loves playing in our lilac bush. It's a good sized yard. When we first moved in, we had cookouts and played croquet with family and friends. We went back in my house and listened to the birds singing one last time. My cats love to watch them from the foyer window. I dream of the day when the air will be clear and the water sparkling just as promised. The day when not only will I enjoy watching a squirrel eat walnuts off our tree, but will sit on my lap while doing it. The birds will sit on my shoulder unafraid and sing their songs. That too is promised. One night something strange happened, and I just remember my husband saying I was going to be okay. I must have fallen asleep. This is odd. I feel sunlight on my eyelids, the warmth of the sun on my skin, when just a second ago it was night. When I opened my eyes, a man stood in front of me, telling me to get up. What? Wait, I was under my maple tree? As I got my bearings and looked around, my yard was beautifully clean, well kept, pristine. My house was bigger than before, and did I see a pool and a jacuzzi? The garage was no longer a garage. It was a stable for the two most beautiful horses I ever seen. I turned back to the man and said, I must be dreaming, because this is not at all what my house and yard look like. He said, no, you are not dreaming, but you have been sleeping for a good while. How long? I asked. He said, 100. What? 100 years or 100 days? Years, he said, as he smiled. Still trying to understand, I looked at him and said, wait, you're not. And I wasn't, was I? He looked at me and said, yes, I am. And yes, I just called you. It's your time. And they would hear his voice. Those who were righteous will be resurrected to life. Those who practice vile things to be judged. Are you allowed to tell me how I passed? He smiled. Let's take a walk. I need to fill you in before you meet with your loved ones, who've been eagerly waiting for your resurrection. You passed away quickly at home. You weren't feeling well. You passed out, and it was your husband who ran to your side to help you. You gained consciousness long enough to hear him reassure you that it would be okay, but you did not hear him say he loved you. Wow. What was it? Did I pass away from like my dad? Yes, it was from a heart attack. As we walked, I became very aware that there was no longer a trailer court across the street. The houses were far in the distance, no matter the direction I looked. I asked, how did you do it? How did Armageddon happen? And was the Great Tribulation as bad as the Bible foretold? Yes, the Great Tribulation caused mankind a lot of pain and misery, but only the faithful stay peaceful and unafraid because of their faith. A lot of people, as was thought, was angry with them, saying it was their fault. It wouldn't have happened if they hadn't come to their doors, warning it was coming. It would not have happened. At the beginning of the tribulation, many came to them having strong faith and asked what they needed to do and repented and stayed with them. As you know, God is not only just, but loving and merciful. When Armageddon happened, they knew whose hand they were dying by, but it was swift. No one was made to suffer. Then the cleanup work had to begin, cleaning the pollution out of the water, the earth itself, and the air, and slowly turning into the garden paradise he intended mankind to live on. Everyone worked hard, side by side, peacefully, knowing once it was done, they would get to see their loved ones again that they lost in death. Why does my house have a pool and jacuzzi, and I have 2 horses? I look at the backyards of some, and they don't. He smiled. Do you think he forgot what your favorite things are after all this time? He will fulfill the desire of every living thing. No, you're right, he wouldn't. But he put the desire to build by your husband into his heart, and he blessed his hands as he worked hard to build it just right for you and all your friends and family. I can't thank you enough. And the horses is one mine. Yes, he said, the black mare with the white paws is yours. The houses are magnificent and the air is so fresh. Wait, I never been this far behind my house. That's the pond my neighbors told me about. He smiled. It is. As we got closer, the water was so clear. I could see the bottom and there was not one bit of pollution in there. I can't believe it. You woke me and I made it. I made it to the paradise. I can't thank you enough for seeing me worthy. He smiled. You might want to look closer by the pond. My eyes got wide. There was a black panther there drinking with her cubs. Is that no way? He smiled. Go on. Go say hi. They have no fear of humans anymore. I approached slowly and knelt down. As I got close and showed the back of my hand to show I meant no harm, the cubs came running to me with Bob close behind. They let me pet them and snuggle them. The mother allowed me to pet her and even wrap my arms around her and give her a hug. He looked at me and smiled. It's time. I have others that I need to wake up. I started to walk, excited but nervous, back toward the house to find people standing there waiting for me. My husband started running to me as soon as he caught sight of me and gave me the biggest hug, and more friends and family followed. All of a sudden, I heard this stern but sarcastic voice say, You didn't think I would be that easy to get rid of, do you? I looked, and it was my brother with the biggest smile on his face. I never been so happy. After that evening had passed and we all were full, we all climbed in the jacuzzi. There was no electricity, so no lights. Looking at the sky was breathtaking. It was a full moon, and I could see clearly all the constellations and every star. I could hear the horses neighing. After everyone left, I asked my husband, Can we go riding? I know it's late. He said it's safe. Let's go see them. He gave me sugar cubes to feed them. I asked him which one is mine. He said the black horse with the white paws. It's a mare with the fur tufts like you always dreamed of. But guess what I named it? I looked at him and I said, You didn't name her Dixie. He said, Yes. I approached the with sugar cubes and said, Hi, Dixie. As I began to stroke her nose, we gently walked the horses out and took a short ride. The next morning, I woke up just before sunrise and woke my husband, eager to start my day and learn what my work would be. I begged, Can I take Dixie out for a ride to the pond and watch the sunrise? He smiled, and we eagerly went and mounted our horses to watch the sunrise. We were not alone. Many others was there, and so I met my neighbors. They all were hungry, so we all agreed to eat breakfast together. That is when I met Bob, and he filled me in on what my work would be to care for the animals and children who've been resurrected but their parents have not yet. I looked at Bob as is that why my house is so big? He says, now you got it. I looked at him. When do I start? As soon as breakfast is done. I hear there is a 12-year-old girl being resurrected this afternoon that he will bring to you. For now, wander around here, and animals will come to you for you to check their well-being. I had the cutest skunk family come by, and I played with each of them, and they were perfectly healthy. Next, I seen a fox family, and they were fine, except one needed help getting the thorn out of its paw. I talked soothingly to her as I gently removed the thorn. She whimpered a little bit. I gently massaged the paw, and the wound healed. Bob smiled. You're going to be great at this. He will bring the girl to the pond. So I worked all day, watching, observing, and playing with the animals. Suddenly, I heard a familiar voice saying, Hello, it looks like you're doing well. I turned and smiled. Yes, I love it so much. Then I see this beautiful young 12-year-old girl standing in there. Meet Jelana. She will be staying with you, and you might want to go to the house with her and get a meal ready. Some of her friends and family will be coming to welcome her back. She will stay with you a few nights and then go with her family till her parents are resurrected. Sounds good. Thanks, Jelana. I have a couple more hours of work. You can help me watch and check the animals' welfare as they come through. Jelana asked, Sure, but what do I do? Just relax and enjoy playing with him. If you notice something wrong, we will help it. Jelana smiled and said, I am gonna like helping you with your work. We're finished for the day, so let's head back. Would you like to see my horses? You have horses, she exclaims. Yes, I do. And I need to groom them before we start dinner. Would you be willing to help me? She says, I would love to help you. Jelana and I walk to the stable. Donald, this is the best way to brush them. Dixie is my horse. I will let you brush her, and I will brush my husband's. They're, they're so pretty, Jelana exclaims. I turn to look as my husband comes home with the best looking veggies and fruits you ever seen. He helped me and Jelana prep the veggies and fruit. Okay, Jelana, they're ready to cook. We'll have this ready for the guests in no time. Are you excited to see your friends and family? She says, Yes, I am. I can't wait. Me either. I can't wait to meet them. We have extra rooms. Maybe your family will stay a few nights before taking you home. Will that be okay? Yes, please, Jelana says. We're going to take dinner and set it on the table outside. Can you help me carry it? We have everything ready. We wanted her to wait inside till all the guests were in place. They all knew they'd been invited to come for a meal, but they did not know why yet. When it was time, Jelana was eagerly waiting from inside the house. I signaled for her to come out. Her family and friends gasped when they seen her running from the house toward them. Could it be her? She was lost to us with cancer at 12 years of age. They all hugged her and cried, and they were so happy to see her. We all had so much fun getting to know each other. I offered to let her family stay with us a few days, and they agreed. That night, I looked at my husband after she was asleep and said, Thank you. How did you know? And he replied, It wasn't me who knew you secretly wanted this job. It was Jehovah God who gave it to you. I looked at my husband and said, He really does know us well. The next few days before Jelana left with her family, she accompanied me as I did my work. In the evenings, we all went swimming together and watched the stars. I looked at my husband. This never gets old. As time passed, as I became pregnant with my first child. See, before Armageddon, I was unable to have children because of surgery I had. Now I was able to have children of my own. While I was expecting my first child, it was again our turn. We were so excited to welcome my father-in-law back. My mom and brother and sister and brother sisters, all family and friends gathered together to welcome him back. And it wouldn't be my father-in-law if he didn't sing you a song. Also, my brother's mother-in-law, who had already been resurrected, was with us. Then my mother-in-law was resurrected, and they loved sitting at the table listening to the birds singing and just spending time together. Then my dad was resurrected, playful, feisty as always. It wasn't long till he built an organ to play songs on, and the family and friends from all over came, and my dad played, and my father-in-law and others sang along. Young and old enjoyed the pool and the jacuzzi and looked at the night sky. This is how most nights ended, spending time in different ways, sometimes playing games before saying goodnight. My job, this never gets old, Even though it's been 1,000 years have passed, I had 4 more children during that time. You see, it really is the most wonderful nap to wake up in a nice, clean world where animals and humans are finally at peace. You see, for Jesus and his Father Jehovah God, your loved ones aren't just taking a long nap. They remember everything about them, even the number of hairs on their head, their mannerisms, their favorite things. They miss them too, and they can't wait till after Armageddon to wake them and give them back to you. Don't you agree? This is the most wonderful nap. How will your story be? What is your favorite things? Will you be there? Good night. Sleep well and enjoy the music sounds.